Coming up on episode 119 of Podcast PD, it is Teacher Appreciation Week, and we are going to show some appreciation for teachers. Let's start the show. This is Podcast PD, the show that provides you with anytime, anywhere professional development. Our conversations and guests will provide you with the learning you might get in a faculty meeting or on a PD day. Except you're going to have more fun with AJ Bianco and me, Chris Nessie. Let's start the show. Welcome back, podcast friends. This is Podcast PD. My name is Chris Nessie, at Mr. Nessie on Twitter, and I am joined, as always, by my Podcast PD compadre, the incomparable, hopefully the immortal, AJ Bianco.
Immortal? Oh, that'd be I don't know about that one. I don't know if I want to be immortal.
I just don't want to lose you, my friend.
Oh, don't worry about that. We got a long way to go.
Long way. Well, I mean, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I had my birthday this weekend. I'm feeling less mortal.
Oh, stop it. Oh, stop it. It's okay. Just a number. Hey, that music hit different this week for me, man.
Why?
I don't know.
Because you were dancing like a maniac?
Chair dancing over here.
You were.
I don't know. Hit different this week. Maybe because we didn't do last week. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
Good to be back. How are things in your neck of New Jersey, AJ?
We had a good weekend this weekend. Beautiful weather. Led to baseball. However, led to the allergies. You know, it was a little different because it was cold for a while. Not like cold, not like winter, but like chilly.
It was brisk, baby.
So the allergy, the pollen and stuff didn't really kick in. Now it's like full effect, and I'm struggling. My oldest is struggling. His eyes are all puffy. Poor kid, played baseball all week, and he's like feeling it now. So, we're good. But it's springtime. I like that it's May, and the weather feels good. What's going on in your world?
Teaching. The college semester is over.
Oh.
The boys' baseball is in full swing. I was saying before we got on the air, little guy had some baseball yesterday, and then we had a family event, a little communion party. That was nice. Extravagant, nice. Today, I basically dismantled the garage of EdTech.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I played softball this morning.
There you go. There you go.
I pitched again. I pitched well, and we still lost 25-1.
I think you need a new team.
I mean, I like the people I play with, but
That's cool.
I would like people who could catch the ball and play defense and stuff.
Right. Yeah, that's always part of the game.
This is 2 weeks in a row that I could do what I want with the softball on the mound, so to speak.
Nice. The knuckleball.
Just knuckling and curving, breaking balls, both left and right.
Nothing better than a high arc.
Oh, and I got a couple that were way up there. Aggravated some old men by throwing knuckleballs that they just popped up.
Yeah.
I struck out swinging.
You struck out swinging? Wait a minute.
I did.
You struck out swinging an arc pitch softball.
I did.
Oh my goodness. Did you close your eyes? Is that why?
No, I wanted to do too much with the pitch that I wasn't able to do anything with. And it was super frustrating.
It's all good. It happens.
And then because my 7-year-old was watching me, I could not let any. Yeah. No, that's fine because I tell him. Yeah. And actually, when I came off the field, he goes, "Hey, don't worry, Daddy. Like you always say, you're not going to hit it every time." Because that's what I tell him.
That's great.
I, as a 41-year-old man playing arc softball on Sundays, have different expectations of myself.
Yeah, I understand completely. Well, you know what? It's all good. Always have those expectations. Show them how to be a good sport.
I did because I didn't curse.
Good for you.
And had he been there, I
might have
had a few choice words out loud for myself.
Throw down the bat a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did at one point say to my team, I'm like, funky butt loving.
Nice. Did anybody get the reference?
One guy on my team, he goes, I got you, Ness.
Good for him.
Rookie of the year for those who do not know.
You got to call me down one day. Maybe I can get down on a Sunday morning softball game.
Oh my God!
I'll make
like
the drive.
like for like 11.
I'll make the drive.
Like an 11:30 game. Later in the morning, right?
That's like beach traffic, though, right?
Not on a Sunday morning.
I don't know. On the way home,
It's a nice drive. You could listen to a podcast.
I could probably get out by the time I get home. About 3 of them.
Or maybe I'll call you down for the 8 o'clock one.
I could
No,
do that.
The earliest we play is 9.
I could do that.
Oh, I would love to have you come out and play.
I could do it.
AJ, I'd be so happy to play catch with you. Do you have any friends?
I can bring a whole crew. You know that.
Oh, baby. All right, so why don't we dive into today's show? And by the way, Stephanie got the reference. Great movie. Yes,
Nice job,
of course.
Steph. See, you guys are good people here.
So we are in the midst of Teacher Appreciation Week 2022, and I'll be honest, AJ, it feels like, at least from my perspective, that the world and teaching are starting to get back to a sense of normal. And I'll start with, in my school and district, tomorrow is the first day, May 2nd. It's going to be May 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Masks are optional for staff, students, and visitors to the building beginning tomorrow.
First time, huh?
First time.
Okay.
Now, I will be honest. We've been permitted to take mask breaks. And, when I'm in a faculty room with my colleagues and we're chatting, we're not wearing masks. We know we're all vaccinated, so we're hanging out, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the weather's been getting a little warmer here and there at the end of April and here into May. So, the mask breaks I would take, in class, pull the mask down, get a little fresh air on the face.
Mm-hmm.
They've gotten longer and longer over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, I'm gonna face the world with my face.
What's your face? Putting that face forward.
I'll be honest. I try to make jokes, and if you're familiar with this podcast, you also know I try to make jokes.
Mm-hmm.
So I told some kids last week. I said, "Oh, fresh off the press, got the email," and kids were excited. And I said, the problem is, though, everybody, that some people are going to not wear their mask. And we can all think of some people around here that should probably wear 2 masks. Not over their mouth, but to cover most of their face. So they're like, "Yo, mister, you got jokes." So.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. My kids enjoy me. Or at least they make me think whatever.
That's all you need. Just let them feel special. That's the whole point. That's good. That's a good way to start the week for you.
Yeah, and we got some stuff planned. I'm hoping to share, as I pull the email, I want to share what's going on in my school. And, for you who's listening, maybe you stick this in your back pocket if you're ever in a position to organize Teacher Appreciation Week. Yeah. Certainly, all ideas are good ideas to just show teachers some love. And certainly, AJ, you're a school administrator, and I'm sure you're involved with appreciating your staff this week in some way, shape, or form. So,
of course.
So let's go. What's going on in your world in terms of education?
In terms of education, this week, Teacher Appreciation Week, I think it's a tough one, because you compare what you're doing and what is being done for your staff to what you see all around us, right? So, a lot of these folks are putting their things on social media and a couple of groups that I'm in, showing what they're doing for Teacher Appreciation Week, and it's a lot of stuff. Whether you're giving out food or candy or drinks or free time or dress down days or whatever, right? It's always hard because I don't want to belittle the fact that you should be appreciated, and I hate the fact that it comes out now that hey, it's a whole week just for you. It's always hard.
It's kind of like not to get invisible sky buddy on everybody, but all those God-fearing Catholics come out on Christmas and Easter.
Right.
Right.
Right. I mean, I'm not saying I've been perfect with this. I have not. But every time I send an email to the staff or talk to somebody, I'm always trying to say, great job, thanks for all you do. Appreciate your hard work this year. Let me know how I can support you. Things like that, right? So I'm trying to throw that around. I don't have the ability to give and give and give and give. I wish. I'll be honest. I'll say it out there out loud. My principal and myself, we were looking at things that we could do, right? We were looking at a food truck. We were looking at an ice cream truck. We were looking at there's this company, Curbside Confections, near us, that they have a candy car, or they can do fast food, and they can do breakfast, and they can have that. They pick it up and they put it on the truck, and then you can pick what you want. These things are expensive, you know, and like, yeah, I know administrators are supposed to make a lot of money. Look at that. You're supposed to use it. The money's not mine, right? I make the money. It goes right to the wife. She kind of tells me what I'm doing with it. And some of these things are quite expensive. That is not like we're just throwing down $150. This is like $700 a person, you know? So I looked at it, I was like, ooh, I don't know if we can pull this one off. But, you know, we're trying to find ways to really show our appreciation, right? But make it meaningful. Last year we gave out freshly baked cookies by a company, and she put a little message on there, you know, thanks for everything you do. And we handed out those cookies, you know. I don't know if the message was well received or it was just a look at all they're doing, but like, it's hard. It's hard to figure out exactly what it is. You know, we can shorten the faculty meeting, we can give you a prep time off, we can give you a jeans day, we can give you a treat here and there, but like, hopefully it's the words that we've put forward throughout the year that have really been like, thank you for everything you're doing. We appreciate you. We see you. You're working hard. We get it. You know, and we try to let that be known as much as possible.
And I would say, again, I'm not an administrator, but I hope to one day play one on TV. And I would probably take that approach as well, where you would want the people in your charge to feel appreciated every day in some way, shape, or form, and feel valued and important. And I mean, we could just stop there. You know, feel valued and important in what you do for students and in your school, for sure.
Like it's great, and I don't mean to cut you off. It's great to have a week like this because outside of school, those folks who are doing more for the staff to show the appreciation, right? The PTA, the PTO organizations who are putting things together to really help the teachers feel like they're appreciated throughout the year. That kind of stuff doesn't always take place. So I like to see that, and I appreciate that those groups are putting things forward. Like these companies, you know, fast food joints and some of these other places, they're giving a free coffee, they're giving a free meal, whatever the case may be. That's wonderful. That is really something, you know, because then it picks up the outside and the people around and the people in the public and say, oh, it's Teacher Appreciation Week. Maybe I should do this, or this for my kid's teacher. You know, so that's the good thing about it.
Yeah. And it's weird. I want to bring current events into this, if you don't mind. I was on social media before we came on to do the live stream today, and I saw what might have been everybody's favorite Seaver kid trending on social media. Kirk Cameron, you're familiar with Kirk Cameron?
I've heard of him, yes.
Mike Seaver, right?
I've heard of Mike
Growing
Seaver.
Pains, the whole bit.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So here's the headline, AJ. And again, this is probably bad timing as we're heading into Teacher Appreciation Week, but I want to go on this tangent for a second.
Okay.
Headline: Kurt Cameron says public schools have become, quote, public enemy number one. Calls for Americans to put their faith in a, quote, homeschool awakening in a new documentary.
I'm sorry, he's supporting this?
Yeah, so I'll read a little bit here. Kurt Cameron is calling for Americans to put their faith into a homeschool awakening in his upcoming documentary. Cameron warns that there is a need to shift to homeschooling children because of the, quote, immoral things that the public school system has been teaching our children, end quote.
Good. Just what we need. Somebody else who has no idea what's going on in schools to speak to what is going on in schools. It's wonderful.
Right. So I thought that was ill-timed.
Or perfectly timed by him.
Oh, that's true. So,
I mean, I think I speak for many educators when they say that kind of stuff is just, that does not hit right. That does not hit right. And I'm tired of all these things being put out there that, oh, we are indoctrinating our kids, or we are teaching them all these things that shouldn't be taught in schools. Oh, my goodness.
I don't know if you've heard the joke, but I'll make it here. If I was going to indoctrinate children, I would indoctrinate them to do their work. I would indoctrinate them to bring me, I don't know, coffee, donuts, and treats.
Oh, there you go. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. So certainly education is always an interesting place to play, and this is where we choose to play.
So it's in the crosshairs every time. Every time something comes up, education is always in the crosshairs. And we're an easy target because really nobody knows what goes on there. That's why we got to tell our own story, everybody.
That's true. We've been talking about it for over 10 years, you know.
Now. Right.
If you're not telling your story, who is? And if you wait for the newspaper, they don't show up when things are going well.
Right. And the people that are telling stories right now are telling the wrong ones.
Yeah. AJ, let me ask you this. So are you and your principal, or, there's other schools in your district.
Yes.
Do you theme your teacher appreciation week? Oh, no?
There's no theme.
Okay.
There's no theme. I got to be honest. This is rough because this week is actually the first week of New Jersey State testing. Didn't realize that, just kind of, it had to be May because we were assigned by the middle school.
Okay.
Not by the middle school. We were assigned that the middle school was going to be this chunk. The high school went first, then the middle school, then the elementary school, right? So we have 3 weeks of testing we have to do, plus any makeups for the kids who are absent, right? Because we have science, English, math.
Right. We actually, again, I'm at the high school level. We did our, whatever the acronym is, we did our testing last week over the course of 2 days. So they turned 2 days. They turned 2 days into early dismissal days. So at the high school level, 9th grade and 11th graders were testing. Okay. So on Tuesday, 9th graders did, I think, whatever. I can only speak. So we did it in 2 days. I was proctoring juniors who were taking the science test. On Tuesday, they did 2 sections of science. Each section was 60 minutes. And then on Wednesday, 2 more sections of science. Each section was 60 minutes. It was a half day. Bag up a lunch. See ya, kids. Okay. So while the 9th and 11th graders were testing, sophomores and seniors were in other parts of the building with their classes, and they just had like activities planned for them. There were no classes that took place. So 2 days, in and out, done.
No, we got 3 weeks, right? We have 2 days of testing this week, 3 days next week, 3 days the week after. Then we got makeups.
Well, your school is also 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, right?
5 through
5,
8.
6,
5
7th, and 8.
8.
So yeah.
Right. So we got a lot of testing, but like so to answer your question, no, there's no theme. I don't know. I don't really buy into all those theme things. Like that's
well, I'm going to share one because I like to throw those ideas out there.
That's fine. And like I said, this is what I was talking about earlier with the social media posts that a lot of people are doing themes. Orange you glad? Like, no, I don't have an orange theme. Or like I would love to make it like here's a jeans theme. Wear your jeans all week. Like
I got you. Do you want to hear what we're doing at my school?
Tell me.
All right.
Please.
So our theme is a Star Wars theme.
Interesting.
And all credit and praise go to former guest of this podcast, Mr. Joe Juba, Bowtie Joe. Right? He is a math teacher in my building. He is a former class advisor. Now he is the advisor of the student council. Nice. He leads the peer leaders. So he is very involved in the climate and culture of our building. So now I actually can't speak to if this is all him, but he's the one who sends out the correspondence about it. Mm-hmm. Right. So here's what he wrote, and I'm going to try and read it and watch your reaction. So we got a Star Wars theme. So we have 5 days. So Monday, episode 1, Yoda Best Teacher.
It's clever.
So his little bull, I'm going to read the whole thing in his email.
Take it.
Your Padawans, the students, wanted to express their appreciation for their Jedi Masters with heartfelt messages in your mailboxes. So students all last week were given these little cards. They could write messages to their teachers, and I guess student council or the peer leaders will make sure that those messages get into the right mailboxes.
Very cool.
So you get a little cosign shout out from some of your students.
Very nice.
Episode 2, The Force Awakens, May 3rd, Tuesday. A breakfast fit for Jabba the Hutt. Please complete the following Google form. And this feast is for anyone in the galaxy. So we filled out a Google form where they will deliver to your classroom, or you can pick up bagel, muffin, bagel with butter, cream cheese, etc., different toppings, coffee, juice, soda. You fill out the Google form. You get a little breakfast action. All right. Wednesday, episode 3, The Empire Gives Back. To which he writes, the Sith, I mean the administrative team, is sponsoring a luncheon for the entire Rebel Alliance.
Beautiful.
Park your cruiser in any of the faculty rooms while refueling.
Very cool.
Thursday, episode 4, A Night at Canto Bight. Canto Bight is a casino city and playground for the galaxy's ultra-rich. It's a place of both opportunity and high stakes. Will you win? So throughout that day, they're going to be sending out emails throughout the day, drawing names and winning swag packages that teachers could win randomly off the faculty list.
I like that.
Episode 5, Friday, A New Hope. Hurry. Oh, not hurry. Hooray.
Yeah, got it.
Freedom and justice has been restored to the galaxy. Celebrate with a snack before heading back to Tatooine on the Millennium Falcon to conclude a week of celebration and appreciation. And then he closes with, on behalf of the Student Council, class advisors, and your administrative team, we hope you enjoy the week's intergalactic journey. We'll definitely make the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs.
I don't know what that means, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you're a Star Wars nerd, please decipher that and let us know what's up.
Yeah, I don't know what any of that means.
And he's got a little graphic here in the Star Wars font, so that's what's going on in my building. So
That's some good stuff, Bowtie Joe. Good job, Joe.
yeah.
I like that. There's a lot of good stuff there. I'm just kind of curious though. Like, so where's this coming from? Is this student council funds? Is this like high school's a little different? So you guys got the money in that situation. So how is he doing that? Or who's sponsoring this breakfast? Who's sponsoring the swag bags? Who's doing all that kind of stuff?
I would imagine the raffle stuff could be through donations, could be gift cards. I don't know. Last year, if I remember correctly, there were different swag packs that were sponsored by different administrators. So they're also doing my building has a principal and 4 vice principals.
Oh, right.
So, I mean, a luncheon for a staff of 150, 5 administrators. I mean, what's that? Almost $500,000. No, I'm kidding.
I'm just about that.
So they're sponsoring that lunch, and I imagine, between the classes, so we have our 4 classes, and they do their fundraising. So I guess they give back in a little ways like that. But that's just my guess.
That's awesome though. That's some good stuff. Get you guys excited because it gives you the opportunity to like, oh, I know I'm going to get a little treat, little pick me up at this point. So yeah. Well done.
And again, in my building, since probably, I want to say February, they instituted these theme days for teachers on Mondays as an extra day to wear jeans, whereas Fridays are jeans days, but those are where different clubs and organizations can do fundraisers. So we've been getting 2 jeans days a week since, February.
Yeah, there you go.
Although last week I had 4 jeans days because I said I'm just wearing jeans on the 2 days of testing. I do not care.
I mean, well, let's be honest. You've talked about your dress code before. I think every day is like a jeans day for you, right?
No.
Oh, sorry. Right.
No.
Sorry. Forgot about that.
Khakis when possible.
There you go. I mean, look. So much love, so much appreciation to all the teachers out there. I live with one. I was one. I connect with them all the time. So I really wish there was more that could be done, whether it's by me, whether it's by the school, whether it's by the public. But I think it's really important that you all feel like you're appreciated. I hope, how tough this year has been, that we understand. Not many of us in the administrative realm are sitting in our thrones and looking down on you. I'm sure there are people who are doing that. There you go. We're not looking down. We're really trying to figure out how to make things as easy as possible, but we got to also follow the rules too. If it was up to me, no state testing. If it was up to me, the SGOs would be eliminated. But that's not up to me. These are things that I can't control. Because I got my own SGOs, I got my own things I got to worry about. I'm the one who has to help out with a lot of the testing to begin with. So, we're all busy.
I got a question. based
Nope.
on what you just said.
Nope. Go
No?
ahead. No, go ahead.
Here's my question. So many administrators would probably say those exact same words if it was up to me.
Yeah.
And, who is deciding all of these things that should happen? Because I'm sure the further you go up the chain of command, and I'm talking even above superintendents, outside of districts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our elected officials, commissioners of education, whatever.
Right.
I'm sure they'd all say, we would, if it was up, but okay, then ultimately, who is making the decision to do all the things that we do?
I mean, first and foremost, that's State Department of Education, who's taking the big bucks from Pearson. That's first and foremost, right? I think, I don't know the number off the top of my head, but I think we all kind of have an understanding of, especially in New Jersey, how much money Pearson is getting from the state.
Could we turn Elon Musk onto like education, and maybe he could like buy up these companies and be like, nah, we're good, no tests?
No, because there'd still be something from politicians that they want accountability, that they want to make sure that teachers are doing their job and students are, I guess the only way that they think that kids can learn is through testing. So either way, there's going to be something in place that's not going to be ideal.
True. Let me quickly turn our attention to our chat room, which is lighting up. Again, Stephanie, executive producer Stephanie, is in the house. Mel A, hanging out after a while. Mel, I do not have a new setup. I have a new camera. It's at a slightly different angle, but, I appreciate the kind words that it looks less like a bedroom. That always freaks people out. Actually, I could do this because I have it in a bit of a different position, so I can actually give you guys a tour, which is great for the visual. Don't give a tour. Okay. All right. AJ shook his head no. So no tour, everybody. Do not come watch us on YouTube. There's no tour.
No tour is fine. Don't.
No tours.
No tours. Chris, what? Let me ask you this. So, when you think of Teacher Appreciation Week or day, or whatever the case may be, like, what are your expectations for the week? Like, I'm gonna be straight up. Am I doing a disservice to my staff by not having a theme for every day this week?
A theme? No. I do not think that is a requirement. Not at all.
Go on.
I would say it's got to be more than a day, right? Because we'll hear stories, for example, I know people that they'll say, oh, administrators are doing breakfast this day. We've got our PTA or our PTO doing lunch this day.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always a little something to make you feel the love each day of the week. And it usually involves, as any teacher will attest to, feed us.
Right.
I mean, the raffles, the swag, gift cards, that's all nice, But I like more what you said at the beginning of this episode, which was, we're about to do this for a week,
mm-hmm.
and a lot of it's for show.
Right.
And where is the love and appreciation all year round,
mm-hmm.
Throughout the school year,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It just always seems like, and you've done a lot of this recently on Reflect Ed with Dave and the Reflect Ed Lives, where you're talking about initiatives, and it just seems like there's always something, right? But, and I'll be honest, I took our last episode to heart, right? We had our great guest, Jake, and I actually went in the day after. I went in that Monday. I went into my prep room, and I said to the three guys that we have our prep together, and I said, I'm done with negativity. And they're like, what? What are you talking about? I said, I'm done being negative. We're going to, I basically dictated to them. I said, we're going to use this time to be more productive, and we are not going to sit in here every day or at every opportunity to bitch and moan and complain.
There you go.
Because that's not getting anything done.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I kind of repeated what he said. I'm like, yeah, it's always felt good. We have a few good laughs,
right.
But what are we really accomplishing?
Okay, fair.
But back to the appreciation. I mean, I guess it's hard to appreciate teachers all the time. You know, I mean, we can't even figure out, increasing and paying teachers better in this country across the board.
Sure.
Right? We are very blessed to teach in the state of New Jersey.
Agreed.
Right? We are blessed to have a union, etc. Right? And pretty decent salaries. Other places in this country do not have it so great.
Correct.
Right? And we have been hearing all year long teachers leaving the profession. Mm-hmm. One, because, of the pay, the treatment, lack of respect leading up to this. We had Toby Price on. His issue is still unresolved as far as I know. And I've been keeping up with that,
Same.
On the side. And I don't know if anybody has seen it, but he had on April 28th, he had his meeting with his district, and it was videotaped. He released the video, and him addressing, I guess, the people, his board or whatever, the superintendent, he did it as a poem. And it was so well written. And there were so many metaphorical slaps in the face to those people. I couldn't help but laugh at some of this stuff. Right. But we've got that issue this year. Right?
Yep.
Teacher quit talk. I know you're not on the TikTok, but, it's out there,
Yeah.
Buy my course, listen to my podcast, and I'll teach you how to quit your job. Like, I don't even know if I would if I could.
No.
Stephanie said in the chat, her school doesn't have a theme. Last year, they got a small thing on their desk each morning, a face mask, gum, and a stress ball. I hope the gum was not too minty, because if you've ever had really strong gum under your face mask, it burns your eyes. Stress ball. Yep. What else? Jay Strumwasser in the house. As an administrator, I try to bring on pizza, donuts, bagels, or something homemade to thank everyone once in a while, not just once a year. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well done. Well done. That's what we're talking about. Try to make it something that's as much as possible, not just because it says so on the calendar, right?
Yeah. Oh, maybe that is an update. Oh, or maybe he's just commenting
Probably
in general about
yeah.
Toby Price. Yeah. Mel wants to know, is Teacher Appreciation Week a U.S. thing or a global thing?
I'm guessing it's just a U.S. thing.
Yeah, I do not know the answer to that question.
That'd be my guess. I'm just not sure.
I'm going to go to Uncle Google real quick.
Oh, I've heard of him.
Right at the top, it says Teacher Appreciation Week 2022 in the United States will begin on Monday, May 2nd and ends on Friday, May 6th. Mel, from AJ and myself, we appreciate you, even though you're not in the U.S.
Truth.
Maybe one day your travels will bring you to the U.S. and maybe you'll be a teacher here. You've been to so many other places. I mean that in a good way, not like a...
No, right, no, not like a...
not like a you can't hold down a job kind of way.
No. Mel seems adventurous. I couldn't do it. I don't think I could do it.
I actually had, AJ, I had one of my Rutgers students ask what I thought about her considering to go teach English in Thailand after graduation.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions to help you make your decision. She goes, okay, professor, what's up? I said, are you married? She goes, no, I don't have a boyfriend. I'm like, do you have kids? She goes, no, I don't have any kids. I said, then go. You have nothing holding you here. You have no reason to stay in New Jersey after you graduate.
Yeah, truth.
Go to Thailand.
Truth.
Have an adventure.
Truth.
Do it. You have nothing to lose but time.
Yep.
And I said, the only thing you have to gain is regret looking back on your life and saying, I wish that I had done that way back when.
Thailand.
Yep. Tim Belmont in the house.
Hey,
what's up?
Tim. I was about to go to Hawaii when I graduated
and do what?
college. Teach.
Really?
Yeah.
Aloha, AJ.
I was going back and forth. After college, I was looking for a job, obviously. I went to a job fair, and it was in Cortland, New York. And they had like schools from Hawaii, Virginia, North Carolina, and I'm like, yeah, I'm out. Peace. And I told my parents, I'm like, I'm not really finding anything around here. I was like, I think I'm gonna make some moves. And like, well, where are you gonna go? I'm like, I don't know, maybe Hawaii. And I was very close to pulling the trigger, and I didn't. Because after years of chasing my current wife, she thought that was the good time.
She finally tripped and you caught her?
Yeah, exactly. She was too fast for me, so that was the time.
Well, she did run track, if I remember correctly.
She was All-American. So, yep, caught her.
Caught her.
It's all right, because I don't know if I would have been pretty good in Hawaii or North Carolina or South Carolina. Probably would have played too much golf. I don't think I would have been very successful.
You would have worked on your handicap, not your SGL.
Or maybe I'd be putting for millions right now. Who knows?
That's true. That's true.
You never know which way that could have gone.
Jay says in the chat, other countries treat their teachers better overall. Look at Finland. Part of me thinks that the whole Finnish education system is a myth.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Right?
I want to see it. Get them on the podcast.
Like, what are they actually doing there?
Let's get somebody from Finland.
All right, if you are a Finnish educator,
if you're connected to a Finnish educator, let them reach out.
A connected Finnish educator. I'm surprised we don't know anybody from Finland at this point already.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Twitter has failed us.
hasn't it?
I don't know, but speaking of Twitter, I'm starting to get a little disenchanted with Twitter.
I said this years ago. That's why I went to Instagram. No TikTok.
Now, and I'm disenchanted not for what I'm consuming, but I find that I'm spending less and less time on Twitter. Right. Where, I mean, I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't really get much engagement. Like, I put stuff out. I ask questions.
Yeah.
Nobody really bothers with me. I get more engagement on my if this then that automated weather tweet every day than me actually putting stuff out there. And there are people in the world, adults and children, who think that I take the time to tweet about the weather every day.
Man, really spend a lot of time on that weather, don't you?
But you know what? I picked that up in another area of podcasting where a way to get engagement. Now, there are people who like it that I know that they are commenting to me about their weather where they are, and I love the engagement. Like, but, you know, I put a tweet out about, hey, would love to know what your favorite episode of my podcast is, and...
You have a podcast?
Crickets. Crickets would be louder than the people.
I get it.
And I love the people. And I know it's tough to get feedback. And, you know, I mean, we've had podcastpd.com/join up here for 41 minutes and 50 plus seconds.
It's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good.
We're glad you're here listening live. We're glad for you who's listening as the podcast when it drops. But we would certainly love...
We're going to keep doing what we do. You want to join us? Join us. You want to listen? Listen. Let us know you're listening at least, though. That's all we ask.
Yeah. Share the show. Share the show. But there are some people, AJ, who we do value and we put on a higher plane than our regular listeners. And those are our Podcast PD executive producers. So these are some amazing people. We have Holly Landez, Sandy Hartman, and Stephanie Scrocky. We want to shout them out. So if you, like these fine women, get value from our conversations, you can support the show. You can go to podcastpd.com/executive producer, and you can support this show on a monthly or a yearly basis. Your support goes to help keep the lights on, help us, pay for StreamYard, the podcast, the whole thing. So certainly, I mean, AJ, have we ever gotten rich off a podcast?
Yes.
We did?
Yes.
When did we get rich off a podcast?
Man, I'm rich every day doing this with you.
That's true. Oh, look at you.
Emotionally wealthy.
Emotionally wealthy. Bring a tear to my eye, you son of a...
There you go.
As a thank you, every executive producer will get a Podcast PD sticker, a custom executive producer sticker for your laptop or someplace else you like to stick stickers. I don't know. You do you. And if you support the show on a yearly basis, we will send you the sticker and we will send you a mug and a t-shirt. And real quick, Holly, this message is specifically for you. You will be getting your mug and your t-shirt, but because we were changing over the branding, you're going to be one of the first people to get the new logo mug and new logo t-shirt.
I don't even have one of those yet.
Check your mailbox there, Arthur Jefferson.
Ooh, spoiler. Did you go up a size?
I don't know.
Don't give me no mediums.
No medium. Hello, I teach. So anyway, back to the chat. Jay says, Finland treats their teachers like celebrities. Maybe a myth, though.
Maybe a myth. We got to find somebody. We got to find one of those celebrities, get them on the show.
We want a rock star Finnish educator to come on here. So let's go find one.
I think we could do that.
Cool.
All right, Chris, let me ask you, because we're coming to the end of this one. What are you listening to right now, my man?
What am I listening to?
Yeah, what you got?
What I got? Let me go to the phone. Open up Overcast, my podcast app of choice.
Well done. I use Spotify these days.
You use Spotify.
Have you tried? Shout out to Dave Frangiosa. He told me he uses a different podcasting, Good Pods. Have you got
Isn't that's an app where
it's like social?
But does it also give you like notes, or
Does
it'll
it
give you
give
like
notes?
transcripts of stuff so you can like take notes? And I think Dan Kreines has also talked about Good Pods.
Oh, good for I got to dig into this. I like Spotify. I get everything I need from there. But
I like Overcast. Sorry, I'm spoiled.
Something with Overcast lately just rubbed me the wrong way.
Let's see. There's an episode I'm dying to listen to, and I keep staring at it. It's
You have to listen to the podcast. You can't stare at podcasts, just in case you're wondering.
In my list, you
sorry.
pain in the ass. This is from the Gary V audio experience.
Oh,
you're gonna love
goodness.
this. You're gonna love this title. And it is. Where is it?
That must be a
Where
really
is it?
good one. It's a good one.
Hold on. No, I have a backlog. Sorry.
It's okay.
No, I got it. Hold on. Oh, why you need to make 4 TikToks a day. So that title piqued my interest. I'm a new subscriber to the Mike Francesa podcast.
Ugh.
Look, to listen to him for 6.5 hours, unbearable. To listen to him for 45 minutes,
Unbearable.
less bearable, but I could do it. He talks to Bobby Valentine every week. So again, I enjoy sports. Again, it's a tough year being a teacher, so I escape into things that have nothing to do with education.
It's fair.
I enjoy the Daily Dad. There's actually, and the Daily Stoic. There's a new podcast about podcasting that I've been enjoying. It's called Good Morning Podcasters.
Okay.
Real quick, 5 days a week, less than 15 minutes.
Okay.
And it's usually some nugget of podcasting. So I like to keep the sword sharp. So I've been getting into that, and I've listened to some back episodes. That show recently rebranded. It was called something else, which I'm not going to say here. But the content is still the same, just a more friendly title.
I do.
What about you? I have a feeling you brought that up because I get the feeling there's some podcasts you would like to share. So fire away, my friend.
I'm happy to share if you want me to.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
So a podcast that I recommended a while back. Again, Spotify.
Art of Manliness?
Spotify. No, never heard of that one. Spotify exclusive 60 songs that explain the 90s.
Right, you've turned. I'm in that one.
Okay, so if you're a 90s kid, as we are, not we're 80s babies, but 90s kids, right? He took a break for a little while. I think he's been off since like February. He's finally coming back May 4th. And he's not doing 60 songs for the 90s. He's now doing 90 songs for the 90s. So I am amped up for the next 30 episodes of this podcast. So I'm very excited to see what he's going to be with his, next one back, May 4th. Let's see.
I throw that up on the screen for those watching.
There you go. 60 songs
on
YouTube.
YouTube.
Check it out. Yeah, from The Ringer. I dig it. It's a good podcast. The guy's good. I'll give a quick shout out to a teacher from New York City. His name is Alex. He has the podcast First Gen Teacher Lens. Good dude. Good podcast. He's doing some good things as a young teacher in the field. I think his podcast is on the up and up. So give him a listen. He's got some great content. Him and I have been chatting, so I might be on the podcast at some point. That's not why I'm saying it, because I have not recorded the episode. I just kind of like what he's doing with his message.
Is this the show, AJ? Do I have this
the show?
Correct on the screen?
First Gen Teacher Lens. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very
Let's see,
cool.
What else can I give you? I got a couple more that I've been kind of hitting on lately.
Let's go.
I'll give you a podcast. If you check out my Instagram, I've been kind of plugging this one a lot. It's called No Quit Living with Chris Worth. And it's more of like a positivity and...
Sorry, could you say that again?
No, Siri. I cannot. Siri's talking to me. Yeah, No Quit Living. That's Chris, if you're looking at the screen. But he's got the podcast, No Quit Living. Inspirational, positive, and... it's a pretty good podcast. I listen to that a lot. He's got a bunch of episodes, so I don't want to give you just my favorites. Go in there, dig in, and see what you can jump with. Chris, go down. There was one episode. Go down. I'm actually going to recommend one right there. Let's do
Be a little more specific with there.
348, episode 348 of No Quit Living with Brian Kane. That one was a dope episode, and I was digging on that one for a little bit. So check out No Quit Living, episode 348 with Brian Kane. They're quick, like 30 minutes. So, and the last one, I'll give a shout out to the Teaching Champions podcast with Brian Martin. Brian and I have connected on Instagram lately, and Brian has been doing some big things in his podcast. I think he puts out either 2 or 3 episodes a week, and there he is, Teaching Champions, Brian Martin. I like his message, another New York educator. So, jump in there, give a listen, let us know what you're listening to. That's why we started this podcast. So it's good to stay to our roots. And I have not listened to a podcast this week besides my guy Jake Thompson and Compete Every Day. But
this recommendation is coming from Jay Strumwasser in the chat. Fly on the Wall with Dana Carvey and David Spade. This podcast, let's see the description. Be a fly on the wall as Saturday Night Live alumni Dana Carvey and David Spade take you behind the scenes to reminisce about the most memorable stories and moments with friends of the show. I like SNL. I could listen to this.
I like Dana Carvey. I don't like David Spade, though. Not a fan.
Chopping broccoli. Chopping broccoli.
Dana Carvey's a good dude. Funny guy.
And yet Dana Carvey, we really can't come up with any characters that he did.
What do you mean? He's Garth.
Can you think of a character he played on SNL?
Garth.
No. I'm sorry, David Spade.
Oh, David. I don't like David Spade. I don't care. I don't think was David Spade on SNL?
Yeah.
Was he really though?
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no memorable
I don't know. David
Spade characters. Yeah. You're thinking more of him from like Chris Farley movies.
Anything? Yeah, exactly. Adam Sandler and Chris Farley. David Spade is there.
What else did Jay recommend? Smartless with Will Arnett. Let's see what that one's about.
With Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and Sean Hayes. Okay, that's got to be something funny. Emperor's New Groove. Good job, Steph.
New episodes come out every Monday for free. What is this? Keep going. Smartless with Bateman, Hayes, and Arnett is a podcast that connects and unites people from all walks of life to learn about shared experiences through thoughtful dialogue and organic hilarity. I like hilarity. It's hilarious. Are you an Ozark fan, AJ?
I have not gotten down with Ozark, no.
Caitlin has gotten into Ozark. Not your daughter. I don't watch TV with her. No, my wife, Caitlin, has gotten into Ozark, and so I'm into it.
Cinderella. All right, I got to check it out.
Yeah.
Heard of it. heard great things about it. I just never, I don't know. TV beside the Yankees has not been like existent in my universe lately.
My TV is going to get shaken up as all these WB TV shows keep getting canceled.
See ya.
But thank God for the Yankees.
Yes, sir.
If you're also a Yankee fan, check out our other podcast, The Chase for 28. Or if you know a Yankee fan, send them to chasefor28.com. AJ and I are more than educators. We talk baseball.
We talk a lot of baseball.
Talk a lot of baseball.
No.
Thank God for podcasts.
There you go.
All right. You got anything else, my friend?
Nah, let's put a bow on this bad boy. Hey, look out there. Shout outs to all you teachers. You know, keep doing what you do. You're very important to us all. Hopefully you get the respect and the admiration you deserve this week. We love you. We know what you do. We see you. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And, you know, don't stop.
Don't stop. Jay also mentioned Dana Carvey as the church lady, so why don't I'm going to close it out with a little church lady.
Go for it.
You better watch out for the administrators. You know, Satan.
Thanks for that.
Hey, thanks for listening to Podcast PD. AJ and I really appreciate it. Check out our website, podcastpd.com. Go be an executive producer. Leave us a voicemail. Go to podcastpd.com go to podcastpd.com/voicemail and let us know your thoughts on Teacher Appreciation Week. We'd love to know what was done or maybe not done for you this week.
True.
Certainly share out. And at last check, Chipotle still has no offers on the table for teachers this week. So make sure you go yell at them on social media. And also just do a simple Google search for what can teachers get for free during this week and get a whole list of restaurants and stuff. Last week I did it for my birthday, and it was just too overwhelming to go to all the places to get free stuff. I had to give my email to too many places, so whatever. Thank you in the chat to Stephanie Scrocky, Mel A., Jay Strumwasser, and Tim Belmont for coming out and joining us in the chat. I feel like I saw one more face, but I did not. So, spread the word, the good word of Podcast PD, and we will see you next time. Take care, everybody.